Can you tell me your name, please?
Yeah, my name is James Bagge.
And what is your role?
Well, my current role for the next just 2 more weeks is the High Sheriff of Norfolk. But in 2 weeks' time, I hand over that role to another, and then I set off on this very long walk.
Okay, so your very long walk, that is why we are here to talk about. Can you tell me why you, first of all, what you're hoping to achieve from doing this long walk?
Well, 2 things. One is to raise money for this cause, but secondly is actually to raise the cause as an issue, to raise the profile of this cause. And the cause is unpaid carers.
That's fantastic. So can you tell me why you decided to raise the money in particular and raise awareness of unpaid carers and volunteers?
Yeah, well, when I started out in this year as High Sheriff, I was encouraged to find a theme for the year, and I landed on people who give of their time to help others. And that really meant volunteers, and I've learned a lot about volunteering in the last year. Namely, there are a lot of volunteers in Norfolk, wonderful people helping others. But the other important thing about volunteers is that for the most part, those who volunteer get a big kickback, positive kickback from what they do. It's a sort of sense of community. They see friends once a week, maybe more than once a week. So there's a sort of sense of community that they join. So they get almost as much out of it as the people that they're helping. But there is one group of people who give of their time that don't get that same profile, that same positive kickback. And those are the unpaid carers, people who are sort of unseen and unsung. And so that's really why for this particular project, this venture, I've chosen unpaid carers as the cause.
That's fantastic. So with unpaid carers, they can be from any age, caring for anybody within a family or in the community. And I think you did some figures before, didn't you, as to how much they are worth or how much they are saving.
Well, what I have seen, they say there are 94,000 volunteers in Norfolk, and they are saving the NHS and social services in Norfolk £1.6 billion a year. So that calculates out that for each carer, they are saving the NHS and social services £17,500 each, which is a considerable sum of money.
So your walk, you're starting in King's Lynn. Do you want to tell me where you're going from King's Lynn?
Yeah, well, I'm going from Lynn. I head south. I stay the first night at home, Daisy Farm at Stradsit, and then head on south, Ely, Cambridge, and down to Dorset, south coast of Dorset. And then I cross over the Channel in a ferry. Then from sort of Mont Saint-Michel, there are sort of pilgrim routes that run through France, down to the border with the Pyrenees, with Spain, over the Pyrenees, turn right, 500 more miles, and I get to Santiago de Compostela, which is one of the main pilgrim destinations in Europe. So the money is being gathered into a fund in the Norfolk Community Foundation, and from there, when we've gathered it all together, and depending on how much there is, then we will feed that out back to organisations who help the carers. So we're caring for the carers in response to sort of applications for small amounts of money, because who knows what this is going to raise, but if we achieve the target and a bit more, there will be, enough money to go around in small amounts to lots of the many organisations in Norfolk who look after the carers, the unpaid carers. I don't anticipate I will have any regrets having seen these young people today and met them elsewhere. One is humbled by what they say and what they do, and really quite exceptional, and I'm delighted to have an opportunity to raise what they do, as a much bigger issue to members of the general public in Norfolk.
If people were wanting to support you and sponsor your walk, how can people get involved?
Well, 2 ways broadly. One is to make a donation, and the second way is to encourage others to make a donation. And the strategy, so far as my money raising is concerned, is to spread this net as wide as possible, because it does 2 things. One is, chances are we'll meet our target and exceed it if a lot of people encourage others to give money, and secondly, it will raise raises the issue more widely. Well, there is a website. It's called Walking4, figure 4, numerical, Norfolk, all one word, .com. And on that website is access to my blog, which will tell you how things are going. And secondly, there'll be a map which will trace where I've been and where I've got to.